I remember waking up one morning at 65 and feeling a sharp twinge in my knee that stopped me in my tracks. It wasn't the first time I'd noticed discomfort, but this time it felt different, like my body was warning me that something serious was happening. I'd spent years ignoring the little aches that crept in after long walks with my friends, gardening on sunny afternoons, or climbing the stairs to tuck in my grandchildren at night. I told myself it was just part of getting older. I blamed gravity, blamed time, even blamed the weather. But when I found myself hesitating at the bottom of the porch steps, afraid to make that first move, I knew I couldn't pretend any longer. I felt trapped in my own body, worried that one day soon I'd need surgery just to walk across my living room. I visited my doctor, took painkillers, tried injections. Nothing gave lasting relief. I worried about the risks of surgery, the long recovery, the endless doctor visits and bills. I wanted a gentle solution, something I could do at home without feeling like I was losing control of my life. One afternoon, after hours of frustrated searching online, I stumbled on a simple routine that changed everything. It wasn't a fancy machine or a magic pill. It was a set of easy, gentle habits anyone could do, even if they'd never exercised a day in their life. Within weeks, the pain began to ease. My knees felt stronger, more flexible, more alive than they had in years. I could walk without wincing, climb stairs without dread, even dance at my granddaughter's wedding without a second thought. If you've ever felt stuck by knee pain, I want to share exactly what I did so you can find relief too. Each morning before I even put on my slippers, I spent 5 minutes beside my bed doing gentle stretches. I started with a simple knee bend, standing tall. I held the edge of my mattress for balance, then bent one knee slowly, feeling a gentle pull along the front of my thigh. I held it for 5 deep breaths, then straightened my leg, breathing out the tension. Next, I sat on the edge of my bed, lifted one foot off the floor, and held it straight for 5 seconds, then lowered it gently. I repeated each move 10 times on each leg, always moving slowly and stopping if I felt pain. These tiny stretches woke up the muscles around my knee and sent fresh blood into the joint. On days when I felt extra tight, I added a calf stretch against the wall, leaning forward to feel the stretch behind my lower leg. I never pushed through pain. I let my body guide me. Over time, the stretches felt easier, and I could sense my knee loosening, welcoming the movement instead of resisting it. Comment number 1 below if you've tried gentle knee stretches or you're ready to start. After a week of morning stretches, I added short walks to my routine. I began with just 2 or 3 minutes around my living room, wearing sturdy, supportive shoes with firm soles and good arch support. I made sure to stand tall, engage my core, and roll my foot from heel to toe with each step. Each day, I added a minute or 2 until I could walk 10 minutes without discomfort. Then I ventured outside, breathing in fresh air and greeting neighbors as I passed. Walking did more than strengthen my legs. It lifted my spirits. I started noticing little joys again, the way sunlight dappled through the trees, the scent of lavender in my neighbor's garden, the friendly wave of a passing dog walker. Walking helped lubricate my knee joint and build the muscles that support it. Low-impact movement proved far better than sitting still. If you love a good morning stroll, comment number 2 below to let me know, and tell me where you like to walk. Dear elders, your support means the world to us. We pour our hearts into every tip, every story, every gentle reminder because we respect and honor the wisdom you carry. Without your subscription, We simply couldn't keep creating this content. It's your encouragement that lights our way. Please, from the bottom of our hearts, subscribe now and tap the bell so we can continue sharing these simple, life-changing tips just for you. Next, I turned my attention to my kitchen. I learned that inflammation is a major culprit in joint pain. So I started eating foods that calm inflammation naturally. I filled half my plate with leafy greens like spinach and kale, added a handful of berries to my breakfast oatmeal, and sprinkled nuts, walnuts or almonds, over my salads. Twice a week, I enjoyed fatty fish like salmon or mackerel, rich in omega-3s that help reduce swelling. I mixed a pinch of turmeric into my scrambled eggs each morning and sipped ginger tea in the afternoon. I cut back on sugar and processed snacks, which can fuel inflammation. Instead of a cookie, I'd have a square of dark chocolate or a few dried apricots. Within a few weeks, I noticed my knees felt cooler, less hot or swollen, and my morning stiffness began to fade. Eating well didn't feel like a punishment. It felt like nurturing my body back to health. If you'd like a simple anti-inflammatory recipe, comment number 3 below, and I'll share my favorite. A few days later, I introduced gentle, strengthening exercises to build the muscles that support my knees. I stood behind a sturdy chair, hands resting lightly on the back for a balance. Then I did shallow squats, just bending my knees a little as if I were about to sit, then standing back up. I kept my weight in my heels and my chest lifted, never letting my knees go past my toes. I did 3 sets of 10, resting in between. I also lifted one leg to the side, holding for 5 seconds, then switching legs. These moves targeted my hip abductors and quadriceps, key muscles for knee stability. On some days, I used a light resistance band around my thighs to add a bit more challenge. I noticed that as my muscles grew stronger, my knee joint felt more supported and moved more smoothly. If you've tried chair squats or leg lifts before, comment number 4 below and let me know how they felt. In the evenings, I treated myself to a warm soak with Epsom salt. I filled my bathtub with warm water, just hot enough to be soothing, and added a generous cup of Epsom salt. I soaked for 15 minutes, letting the warmth relax my muscles and the magnesium in the salt ease any lingering aches. If you don't have a tub, you can fill a basin with warm water and immerse your foot, or wrap a warm, damp towel around your knee. After each soak, I gently patted my knees dry and applied a light, soothing lotion. The warmth helped me sleep more deeply, and I woke up feeling more rested and less stiff. Comment number 5 below if you love a warm soak at the end of the day, or share your favorite way to use heat for comfort. Dear elders, every time you click subscribe, it's like a vote of confidence in our work. We honor your life experience, and your support gives us the energy to keep researching, scripting, and sharing these tips. We promise to respect your time and deliver only the best, simplest advice. Please subscribe and hit that bell. Your kindness fuels our channel. I also paid attention to my weight. I learned that every extra pound adds stress to the knees. I didn't aim for drastic weight loss, just enough to ease the pressure. I started by tracking my meals in a simple journal, noting what I ate, how I felt, and how my knees responded. I increased my daily steps by parking a little farther away or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Over several months, I lost 10 pounds, slowly, steadily. With each pound gone, walking became easier and pain decreased. It wasn't about looking a certain way. It was about feeling lighter, freer, and giving my knees a break. If you're on a healthy weight journey, comment number 6 below, and share one small change you've made. Proper footwear made a surprising difference. I swapped my worn-out shoes for ones with firm cushioning and good arch support. I looked for brands that offered removable insoles, so I could add my own orthotic inserts. On days I needed extra confidence, I wore a simple, breathable knee sleeve. Nothing bulky, just a gentle hug around my joint. That sleeve reminded me to move mindfully, to engage my muscles and protect my knee. You don't need expensive braces. A basic support sleeve can help reduce pain and give you the confidence to stay active. Comment number 7 below if you've ever tried a knee sleeve or found a pair of shoes that changed your life. Hydration matters more than I ever realized. I began carrying a refillable water bottle everywhere, sipping often, even when I didn't feel thirsty. I learned that well-hydrated cartilage is more resilient and less prone to wear and tear. I set gentle reminders on my phone to drink a glass every hour. I also enjoyed herbal teas, peppermint to soothe, chamomile to relax. Cutting back on caffeine and soda helped too. Within weeks, I noticed less creaking and crackling in my joints. If you're a fan of herbal tea or have a favorite water drinking tip, comment number 8 below and share it with us. Dear elders, your encouragement is our greatest gift. When you subscribe, you tell us you trust our advice and want more. We hold deep respect for each of you and your lifetime of experience. Without your support, we couldn't keep creating these videos. Please subscribe now and tap the bell so we can continue this journey together. Stress can make pain feel worse, so I added a few minutes of mindfulness each day. I sat quietly in my favorite chair, closed my eyes, and focused on my breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 2, exhale for 6. I imagined warmth flowing into my knees with each breath, then tension melting away as I exhaled. On some days, I played gentle music or nature sounds in the background. I kept a small gratitude journal by my bed, writing down one thing each evening that brought me joy. I found that when my mind was calm, my body felt more relaxed, and my knees hurt less too. If you practice any breathing or relaxation exercises, comment number 9 below and let me know which one helps you most. Finally, I learned the power of rest and recovery. It's tempting to push through pain, but sometimes your body needs a break. I built in rest days where I skipped my walks and did only gentle stretches. I paid attention to my sleep position, placing a pillow under my knees when lying on my back to reduce pressure, or between my legs when on my side for better alignment. I took short, peaceful naps when I felt tired, knowing that recovery is part of progress. Honoring rest prevented flare-ups and kept me moving steadily. Comment number 10 below if you value rest days as much as I do, and share how you like to rest. Dear elders, your support is the heartbeat of our channel. Every time you subscribe, like, or share, you make it possible for us to keep bringing you simple, respectful advice. We honor your wisdom and life stories, and we promise to keep our content heartfelt and helpful. Please subscribe now. Your kindness means everything to us. Over the past few months, these gentle habits transformed my life. I wake up without pain, walk with confidence, and even dance again. It wasn't magic. It was consistent care, small changes, and deep respect for what my body needed. Which of these tips will you start today? Comment below and let me know the number. If this video helped you or someone you love, please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue creating content that honors and supports you. Thank you for watching, and here's to strong, pain-free knees at any age.